Toys are fascinating, uncomplicated symbols of childhood with a very complicated backstory. This multi-billion-dollar industry is booming. A toy can aid for child's physical, emotional, cognitive, and social development. The global toy industry was $100 billion in 2020 and it's reached to $120 billion in 2023. If we talk about the top players, Japan-based Namco Bandai tops the list, followed by Danish company Lego, and then Hasbro, Mattel, and Jack Pacific. China, the largest toy manufacturer and exporter. Electronic toys, stuffed toys, educational toys, feeding bottle, everything. You name it and China has it. But what about India? The land that gave the world chess, badminton, snakes and ladders, Ludo. Where do we stand? Are we really not capable of making our own toys? Toys are as old as civilization. You may remember some of the Indian toys, traditional Indian rattle, dugdugi, clay figures, Chandpatna wooden toys from Karnataka. What we lack is a comprehensive approach. Almost 90% of the industry is unorganized. 4,000 micro, small, and medium enterprises missing out in all opportunities. China does not even have the cheapest labor anymore. The Indian government increased the import duty up to 60%, which decreased the import from $371 million in 2018 to $110 million in 2021.
हम अपनी आवश्यकता के भी लगभग 80% खिलौने विदेशों से आयात करते हैं, यानी इन पर देश का करोड़ों रुपये बाहर जा रहा है। इस स्थिति को बदलना बहुत जरूरी है। लोकल के लिए वोकल होना जरूरी है।
Vocal for local. That's the need of the hour. Your choice for the smallest of toys might make a bigger difference. So in today's episode of 10x Pound, we are going to be talking with one of India's leading toy manufacturer in the promotional toy category.
So yeah, Gaurav, how did you start? Like, what made you come to India from US?
Okay, so I came in 2015 to India, and I just came for a vacation, like how I used to come every year. And there was a opportunity because my dad was into food chemicals, and he was supplying food chemicals to all these namkeen industries in Indore. From there was a company under the name of Yellow Diamond, and they were putting these kind of toys into their products. And that's where they asked me, because I had some global experience, कि मैं ये toys उनके लिए China से मंगा सकता हूँ कि नहीं. So that's where the first initiative was started in 2015, the year just before my marriage. And I saw that there was something unique about these toys, and I always wanted to get into a manufacturing aspect of it, and that's where it all started.
What was your base start? As in, like, which was the first product you started?
The base start was the promotional toys only, Amyt Jain, and it was just, to make sure that we are helping all of our multinational clients to boost their sales. क्योंकि ये toys इस तरीके से होते हैं, designed होते हैं कि वो बच्चे को attract करते जाएं. Along with the product, these are the toys which has a cumulative educational value and something aspiring to take them away from a cell phone for a while. So we always wanted to keep that in mind, and I wanted to get into this because I was inspired to see how the Chinese manufacturing were working. कि छोटे scale पे उन्होंने कितना बड़ा वहाँ पर एक empire है, एक organization setup किया था, और वो organization मुझे इंडिया में missing लगता था. I wanted to do the same thing in a better way, in a grandeur way, to start that in India itself. So that's how the first initiative was done.
And what companies are you working with?
Right now we have a good channel like companies like हम लोग Colgate, Kinder Joy, Cadbury, Yellow Diamond, what do you call those, Nestle. I think mostly all the multinationals where they require promotional toys, we are supplying somewhat directly or indirectly to these companies.
And what's the number of companies?
We have right now pool around 385 companies we are working for internationally. Yes, internationally and domestically in India itself.
Oh my God. And what are the countries?
So we are majorly exporting Amyt Ji right now to Saudi Arabia. That is one of our major countries. Then we are giving to Becky's, which is in Netherlands and Germany. And then we are supplying to Toy Box in Turkey. We have clients in Australia and UAE and South Africa. So yeah, we have, and now we just closed the eastern countries as well, like Thailand and Vietnam. So we just got done with one of the exhibitions over there. So we have a couple of orders from there as well. So yeah, so far so good with that.
Great. Can we just talk about what different qualities of toys are you making?
So basically, it all depends on the client to client. My this business, what we are discussing right now, is a complete B2B business, जिसमें हम लोग client के हिसाब से toys design करते हैं, जिससे बच्चा inspire हो सके, like the kid can get inspired and he will get attracted to the product itself, and that's what we are doing completely in India.
So, see, if I want to get into toy industry, what is something which I have to do as in terms of my research or in terms of how can I get into that?
Bang on. You want to understand the secret?
Yeah.
Okay. So I will be very much honored and obliged to inspire the youth to get into the toy industry, because first you need to understand, Abhijit, how toys are made throughout the world. So basically, when you look at the toy industry, 90% जो toys है वो एक ही चाइना की सिटी में बनते हैं, वो है शैंघाई, जहाँ से सारे वर्ल्ड में टॉयज जाते हैं. एंड मोदी गवर्नमेंट के आने के बाद इंडिया में टॉय इंपोर्ट बैन हो गया है. So there is a huge gap where people like you can get into the toy industry very easily. First of all, और toy industry में बहुत सारे scopes हैं. Like for example, you can get into remote control toys, you can get into the promotional toys, you can get into the teddy bears or soft toys, you can get into drones and all that. So there are so many categories like bicycles, infant toys. So which category you want to choose? First, you need to decide that by looking into the market कि मुझे कौन से market को cater करना है. Do I want to cater the youth? Do I want to cater the infants? Do I want to cater the young ones, like from 1 to 3 years old or 4 years old? So how you want to target is very important.
The target market.
The target market is very very important. You have to decide and which product. तो जैसे garments में बहुत सारी चीजें होती है कि somebody is going into the women's fashion, somebody is into pants, somebody is into jeans, somebody is into shirts. So there are same in the toy industry also, that which category you want to channelize on, and then the process is very simple. When you look at it, it's not that difficult. The process is that you have to get into the injection molding side of it. The injection molding is a simple machine where the product will be made according to the mold which you are putting it into. And after that comes the assembly part and the selling and the branding part. So first you will need to understand the manufacturing aspect of it. That is somewhere I can share it to you, the complete link over where you can share it with your audience कि किस तरीके से हम कौन सी फैक्ट्री में कौन सी मशीन इसमें अच्छी रहती है और हम मोल्ड्स कैसे बनाएंगे, how to get from there. So the first part is very simple to get into the injection molding side of it. That will help you in getting into the production. And those machines are not that expensive. So getting into that is not difficult. Then there are a lot of opportunities the government is putting into for the Make in India. आज Make in India में मोदी government is giving a lot of subsidies in the toys and the furniture sector. So that is also a huge inspiration to get into this industry as well.
We were talking about some of your toys, right? When you went to your manufacturing unit, there was some toy which you were telling that you are the sole manufacturer of that particular, the sticky one, right?
Yes. So the sticky toys is a promotional toy which we are making for a brand called Yellow Diamond right now, and it is doing very well because it gives the kids and the parents that nostalgic aspiration.
Yeah, you throw this on the wall and
yes, we throw it on the wall and it will stick, and we have more than 100 varieties in it, and we have an order worth of more than 80 to 100 crores right now.
80 to 100 crores
yes.
Domestically.
Yeah, because it's doing so well. So most of my machines are right now for currently are occupied with that, and it is doing very well. It's a complete food grade product, and even if a kid takes it in the mouth, it's not going to be it's not going to harm the kid, and it's completely non-toxic as well. So it has a very good flavor.
When you talk about the mold thing, yes. So what is the approx price of just one mold?
See, it all depends, but the mold price starts like how the cars are different. Like for example, you can get a Tata Nano starting from 3 lakh, and you can get cars up to 30 crores, 3 crores. There's no value defined to it. So same thing with the molds as well. That what quality of steel you are putting into. But if you talk about a promotional toy or a basic value just to understand of the mold, it starts from somewhere around 2.5 lakh rupees, and it goes upward of around 10 lakh rupees for particular one single.
How many units I have to manufacture just to break even or make a?
It's all depends upon your investment size. कि आपका investment कितना है, उस investment पे आपका production कितना होगा will be question we have to determine according to the investment how much you are putting into.
Something which I would like to ask you, how do you approach, I mean, how have you been approaching your sales?
It's a good question. To be very honest, sir, I think the biggest strength what we have is the quantum, is how much we can produce. Because all these multinationals who we are targeting and who we are enjoying our workforce with, they are all big players in India and internationally. So what they always look for, who can match their production with their promotion. So I think the biggest strength what we have currently, जो एक दिन में नहीं हुआ था, of course, I had to build it, and the last 3 years, that's how the approach has been. The market has been very favorable to us. तो हम लोग हमारा प्रोडक्शन की फैसिलिटी बढ़ाते गए. उसी कारण से हमारे पास जितना जो प्रोडक्शन है उसी लेवल पर है, तो मुझे थोड़ा सा वहाँ पर एक हेल्प आउट हो जाता है तरीके से.
You said you stayed in US for 12 years, right?
Yes.
So आजकल तो यार हर बंदा कनाडा जाने की बात करता है कि मुझे बाहर जाना है, बाहर पढ़ने जाना है, बाहर सेटल होना है. तो 12 साल बाहर रह के यहाँ पे आना,
yeah, that's something. Of course, it's the biggest reason for me to come to India is my family.
You need a massive push for that, right?
I think for a person who is always looking for a growth opportunity, मुझे family का एक हमेशा था कि मुझे मेरी family के पास रहना है. I was getting a lot of success in US. It was nothing that I would have been the last person, Amyt Jain, that would have moved from US to India. I even got my citizenship as well. So for me, it was all about the growth opportunities I got in India is what helped me to stay over here. So now I have 14 cousins, like family, who are working with me as a team. And वो मेरे लिए सबसे बड़ा एक रीजन है कि मैं अमेरिका से इंडिया आ गया हूँ, क्योंकि मुझे यहाँ पर पहला ग्रोथ अपॉर्चुनिटीज मिली, क्योंकि इंडिया इज ग्रोइंग राइट नाउ एंड वी हैव टू सी आउटसाइड द बॉक्स अ बिट. वी हैव टू चेंज आवर रूडिमेंटरी थॉट प्रोसेस कि हमें सिर्फ यही करना है, कि हमारे फादर मदर ने हमें ये सिखाया और हमें यही करना चाहिए. So I will tell everybody through your channel that think outside the box. The opportunities can be anywhere. It's not कि मैं छोटे से शहर में रह रहा हूँ, जैसे आप इंदौर में हो. It cannot be compared to Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, Hyderabad or something like that. But आज इंदौर जैसे शहर में हमें इतनी opportunities मिलती है, तो आप बड़े शहर में रह के तो बहुत सारी opportunities grab on कर सकते हैं, because all the learning is going over there, the businesses are running over there. So there is no saying कि छोटे शहर में काम नहीं हो सकता. आप कोई भी शहर में हो, आपको opportunities सिर्फ outside the box सोचना है कि हमारे देश में क्या चीज की कमी है, क्या मैं प्रोडक्ट इंडिया में बना सकता हूँ. बिकॉज द बिगेस्ट स्ट्रेंथ हमारे पास अमित जी 140 करोड़ की जनता है, जिसको रोज कोई ना कोई प्रोडक्ट चाहिए. तो जब आपको प्रोडक्ट समझ में आ जाता है, यू शुड गो फॉर इट.
इंपोर्ट करने का मतलब ही नहीं है.
You should never.
You have to manufacture it here and sell it here.
Absolutely.
So tell me more about how you have been, moving your toys to the companies, or what how companies are approaching you, and how big the quantity they are asking. How do you function with everything? As in from design purpose, so they have a demand, right? They have an audience, or every country has a different culture. Just like Europe, every country in Europe has a different culture. So how do they approach it? Because everybody has a different market and different target audience.
So, Amyt ji, what we do, we take part in the major trade fairs. Like for example, we just did Cologne, Germany, like last month, and now in next November we'll be doing Dubai food show. Then after that we will be doing the Thai-Fex in May again. So, wherever the major trade fairs are, is where we put our presence in. So that trade fairs help us to meet the global audiences. जहाँ से हमें समझ में आता है कि हर कंट्री की क्या क्या डिमांड है, और जब वो डिमांड हमारे पास आ जाती है, either we visit their factory or they come visit our factory in Indore. Then we have a sit down meeting in a conference with them कि किस तरीके से हमें उनके प्रोडक्ट को आगे लेके जाना है.
And you're looking for collaboration as well?
Yeah, so there are 6 companies we are collaborating next month. With 3 are from Taiwan, 3 are from China. They will be
Chinese companies are collaborating with you.
Yes. So they feel they also see, and I can tell you through your audience कि आजकल चाइना में भी आर्टिकल्स आ रहे हैं न्यूज के कि इंडिया इज गोइंग टू आउटबीट अस, सो वी हैव टू बी मोर केयरफुल। तो वहां पर भी ये चल रहा है। तो इट इज नॉट कि आज चाइना को भी जो सबसे बड़ा थ्रेट है वो इंडिया से ही है, बिकॉज ऑफ अ यूथ, बिकॉज ऑफ अ पॉपुलेशन, बिकॉज ऑफ हाउ यंग आर entrepreneurs are doing. So this articles are going in their news medias and news channels as well. तो हमें इस चीज को बहुत प्राउडली देखना चाहिए और उसको प्रूव करना चाहिए कि yes, we can outbeat them in the production or in the manufacturing aspects as well. So we never have to see any more made in China and India, at least.
Just like the facilities you have 5 factories, right?
Yes.
One is in Indore.
2 are in Indore, 1 is in Hyderabad, and 2 are in Delhi.
Okay, all of them.
Yeah, so we are manufacturing, we are only into promotional toys, small toys right now, and candy toys. So we manufacture something which is completely B2B right now. But now we have started, last month itself, we have started our own brand under candy toys under the name of Hoppin Candy Toys, and we have not launched it in India. We are doing very good in the international sector right now. So we started it with the GCC countries. We are doing a good bit of business in Saudi, Kuwait, Yemen, Oman, in those countries, and then now we are also starting it in Germany and Netherlands as well.
It's been almost a decade, right, since you started?
Not really. I moved in 2015. So first 2 years we were just importing to understand what the demands were, and then 3 years back only we started our manufacturing just before the first lockdown in 2020 only.
So what you might have faced a lot of challenges.
Yes, sir.
of manufacturing.
The challenges were immense. I won't say the challenges were not there. First challenge was that there were not a lot of machine manufacturers who will help us to make those machines and make these toys in India. But now in the last 3 years, the Indian government has done a substantial job by bringing all the German, Taiwanese, Japanese, all the factories have settled in Gujarat and Telangana, Maharashtra, where you can buy these machines right away. So you don't have to wait for that, and in 30 days you can have the manufacturing start. So that is one thing which has been already answered. There are challenges in the mold making because the subsidiary industries are not made that way. The knowledge is not that high right now. So still we have to depend on the mold making to a lot of these countries like Korea, Taiwan and China. But that is also coming as our industries are growing. The subsidiary industries to make the molds and all those also growing. So those are things which were the challenges which I kind of faced initially, but now those are not the challenges which I will say will stop anybody to get into this market.
And what do you think about? There are a lot of unorganized players in India, right? Like massive amount of
Yes.
unorganized players who are doing on a very small scale. So how can they start with something which might give them a push?
I think it's all about individuality. I think how they want to approach is completely depending on how they see this market as. हर व्यक्ति की I think भूख अलग अलग है. किसी को आप प्रेरित नहीं कर सकते हो, किसी को आप इंस्पायर नहीं कर सकते हो कि आप आज 1 लाख का काम कर रहे हो, आप कल 1 करोड़ का करो. Everybody wants to, but how much they put into it, I think depends on individual to individual how they are inspired. जैसे आप स्कूल में 95% ला सकते हो, लाते हो नहीं लाते हो सबके ऊपर होता है, right? So this is I think how their approach is. Why they want to get into the unorganized is because they don't see a lot of players who they can sell it to. Like for example, if I make a product of a bigger toy, which you see as a लोगों की जो समझ आती है कि toys मतलब बड़े toys हो गए, 100 रुपए, 200 रुपए, 500 रुपए, car, aeroplanes and all that. So they see, okay, I'll make a toy and I'll sell it to Hamleys, or I'll sell it to a Toys Cart, or I'll sell it to Fun School or something like that. See, those industries will not gonna let you grow to a potential level. So my approach is very simple. My approach is make a toy, make your brand and sell it out. Don't depend on someone. So most people in India are scared from the marketing aspect of it. हम इसको market कैसे करेंगे? हम इसको आगे कैसे बेचेंगे? That is something which they get scared of, and they just tend to become a contractual manufacturers only. No problem in getting into that, but I think there are more opportunities if you make your own brand and if you make your own standing in the market itself.
So कई बार बड़ी कंपनीज होती है एकदम से चूज लेती है कुछ कमाने में, कुछ कमाने में.
Correct.
they give volumes, but they barely give any margins.
Yeah,
Like
it happens.
and जो सारी कमाई है वो खुद ही ले लेते हैं.
It happens.
वो बंदा जो होता है वो छोटे मार्जिन में खेलते रहता है.
Yeah, but that is something because the fittest will survive.
Survive. Yeah.
And the bigger shark will gonna eat the smaller fishes. It happens in every market. So you have to. That's why I'm trying to tell you, sir, कि आप अगर खुद का brand लेके आते हैं, खुद की product range लेके आते हैं, so the market is huge. Jump into it. Don't jump into an easier option where you can just look for somebody who you can make it for and they will sell it for you. The margins are thin over there. The margins are quite high. अगर आप खुद की manufacturing करके खुद उस brand को आगे लेके जाते हैं.
Lovely conversation. Gaurav, thank you so much for your time.
Basically, I was 17 years old जब मैं अमेरिका फर्स्ट टाइम गया था. हर बच्चे की तरह मेरी भी इच्छा थी और मुझे ये लगता था कि यार अमेरिका 2005 की बात है कि अमेरिका बहुत रिच कंट्री है और वहाँ पर जाके से ही पैसा कमाने को मिल जाएगा. So I always had this dream because I've seen people coming from US being rich is what my myth was all about. And मैं अपने पेरेंट्स से बहुत लड़ाई करता था कि पापा मम्मी मुझे अमेरिका पढ़ने जाना है ये. And they used to contemplate कि हम लोग कैसे इसको अफोर्ड कर पाएंगे अंडर ग्रेजुएशन के लिए, क्योंकि अंडर ग्रेजुएशन के लिए स्टाइपेंड्स और स्कॉलरशिप्स नहीं होती है. बट स्टिल आई वॉज इन द अर्ज टू कि मुझे जाना है. तो 2005 में मैं जब फर्स्ट टाइम अमेरिका गया, यू वोंट बिलीव, मैंने पहुंचते से ही वहां पर नौकरी स्टार्ट करी बिकॉज मेरे पेरेंट्स अफोर्ड नहीं कर सकते थे पढ़ाई मतलब ट्यूशन फीस. तो मैंने वहां पर एक चिक फिले करके एक रेस्टोरेंट है वहां पर नौकरी स्टार्ट की थी जहां पर मैं बर्गर्स बनाता था. और जो वहां पर फ्री में बर्गर्स मिलते थे शिफ्ट खत्म होने के बाद या फ्री के बिस्किट मिलते थे उससे अपना पेट भरता था. और वहां पर उस समय $7 मतलब इंडिया का 50 रुपए था, 350 रुपए का एक मील मिलता था, खाना मिलता था. तो मैं अफोर्ड नहीं कर पाता था $7. तो पिज्जा का जो बचा हुआ क्रस्ट होता था मैं अपने फ्रेंड्स का वो खाता था. और ऐसी कोई नौकरी नहीं है मैंने अमेरिका जाके 17 साल की उम्र में नहीं करी, सिर्फ अपना माँ बाप को मैं टेंशन नहीं दे सकूं. और मैं इतना यहाँ पर लेजी था जैसे हर इंडिया के बच्चे होते हैं कि खुद की प्लेट भी उठा के नहीं रखता था. तो देयर वाज अ बिग चेंज इन माय थॉट प्रोसेस बिकॉज इट वाज माय डिसीजन टू गो टू यूएस. सो अगर वो आपका कोई डिसीजन है और अगर कोई पेरेंट्स अपने बच्चे को सपोर्ट करते हैं तो मुझे लगता है बच्चा खुद या वो बंदा खुद इंस्पायर होके उस डिसीजन को सक्सेसफुल बना सकता है. सो उसी तरीके से मेरी वहाँ पर जर्नी स्टार्ट हुई कि मैं वहाँ पर अपना खुद का फीस कमाता था और पेमेंट कर देता था. फिर मेरे को एक 3 साल बाद मुझे एक अपॉर्चुनिटी मिली थी मॉल के अंदर मोबाइल फोन्स बेचने की या मोबाइल फोन्स की सर्विस जो हम बेचते हैं, जैसे एयरटेल सर्विस होती है, आइडिया सर्विस होती है. तो वेराइजन करके वहाँ पर एक कंपनी हुआ करती. दैट वाज माय फर्स्ट आउटसाइड कैंपस जॉब ऑफिशियली. एंड वहाँ पर एक अंकल ने मुझे, एक इंडियन अंकल ने नोटिस किया कि वो इंडिया आ रहे थे एंड ही वांटेड टू give his store to somebody who he can trust when he was traveling to India for his son's wedding. तो उन्होंने मुझे $1 एक्स्ट्रा ऑफर किया. $7 की जगह मुझे $8 का पर आवर का जॉब मिला. और उन्होंने बोला कि गौरव आप प्लीज मेरी 3 महीने स्टोर संभाल लीजिए. मैंने बोला ठीक है अंकल. तो अक्टूबर नवंबर दिसंबर का टाइम था एंड आई started working for this uncle. And at that time cell phone smartphones was not there in 2007 and 8. Only Blackberries and all those phones were there. तो आई यूज्ड टू ईमेल एंड फैक्स हिम द सेल्स रिपोर्ट कि आज की सेल इतनी है. वो परफ्यूम स्टोर था, आप आज भी ऑनलाइन उसको सर्च कर सकते हैं. और वो स्टोर मैंने उनका लिया संभालने के लिए जब वो अपने बेटे की शादी में जब गए थे. और वहाँ से मेरी लाइफ पूरी तरीके से चेंज हो गई. तो मैंने जब वो फर्स्ट महीने उनका स्टोर संभाला, जो उनकी लास्ट ईयर सेल थी उससे मैंने डबल सेल करके उनको दी. एंड ही वॉज सो हैप्पी कि वो उनकी शादी उन्होंने इतना फ्लरिशली इंजॉय किया कि वो बता नहीं सकते. जब वो फिर अमेरिका वापस आए शादी के बाद तो समथिंग ड्रामेटिक हैपेंड. उन्होंने मेरे को स्टोर खरीदने का ऑफर करा जिस पे मैं काम कर रहा था. तो मैं बहुत हंसा, बहुत जैसे मैं आज आपसे बात कर रहा हूँ वैसे ही हुआ था कि अंकल मैं तो एक छोटा सा स्टूडेंट हूँ यहाँ पर 20 साल 21 साल का, मैं कैसे ये स्टोर खरीद सकता हूँ. तो उन्होंने मुझे बोला कि ये तू स्टोर मेरे से खरीद ले $80,000 में एंड आई विल लीव दिस सिटी. तो मैंने मेरे फादर को फ़ोन किया. मुझे ये भी पता था पापा तो अफोर्ड कर नहीं सकते. तो मैंने फादर को फ़ोन किया. द थिंग विच ही हैज़ गिवन मी माई फादर वॉज द बिगेस्ट थिंग इन द वर्ल्ड विच वॉज द कॉन्फिडेंस. वॉट एवर माई डिसीजंस एवर हैव बीन, ही हैज़ ऑलवेज 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 इंस्पायर्ड मी. कि गो फॉर इट। तो वो उन्होंने बस मुझे फ़ोन करके बोला कि तू ले ले, और बस वो फादर का बोलना था और वो मैंने स्टोर खरीद लिया। एंड यू वोंट बिलीव सर कि वो चाबी रख के चले गए। जो अंकल से मैंने स्टोर लिया था, ही जस्ट लेफ्ट द कीज एंड ही लेफ्ट फॉर द नेक्स्ट सिटिंग। मैं हैरान, मैंने बोला यार ये 500 स्क्वायर फुट का स्टोर छोड़ के चले गए, क्या होगा क्या नहीं होगा। संडे का दिन था, मंडे ही कॉल्ड मी एंड ही वाज अ स्मार्ट बिजनेसमैन। सो हिज क्लॉज वाज कि whenever I'll sell a perfume, मतलब मैं जब भी परफ्यूम बेचूंगा उसका मुझे स्टॉक उन्हीं से खरीदना है जब तक मैं उनको $80,000 वापस नहीं दे देता हूँ। तो बेसिकली he was keeping the margin in the perfume what I was buying from him and then selling it. But God was great. तो मेरा नेक्स्ट मंथ क्रिसमस टाइम था, नवंबर दिसंबर का। इन दैट क्रिसमस टाइम मैंने $2 लाख की सेल करी। $80,000 उनको दिए, $80,000 का वापस स्टॉक खरीदा, और $40,000 मैंने मेरी मदर और फादर को यहाँ पर एक फ्लैट खरीद के दिया। तो दैट वाज अ चेंज इन माय स्टोरी एंड विच मेड मी डिसाइड कि अमेरिका में कुछ करूँ या नहीं करूँ, हर साल एक स्टोर जरूर खोलूंगा। तो मुझे किसी MBA की पढ़ाई ने या किसी ने नहीं बताया, बट मेरा ये हो गया था कि क्योंकि उस समय ऑनलाइन बिजनेस इतना बड़ा नहीं था, तो आई वॉज एवरी ईयर आई केप्ट ऑन ओपनिंग वन स्टोर, और मैं इंडिया से अपने एक ब्रदर को, कजिन ब्रदर को यहाँ लेकर आता था। एंड देन इट ऑल चेंज्ड एंड फिर उसके बाद ऑनलाइन बिजनेस के कारण थोड़ा सा सेल्स ड्रॉप हुआ, बट फिर उसके बाद मेरा इंडिया मूव हो गया टॉय इंडस्ट्री में। So that was the story.
Great. Hi. I know the conversation could have been more detailed, but Gaurav is open for conversation on LinkedIn. Thank you so much for watching this video till the end. I'd love to know what you think about the video. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much.